Hello, and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. We're here on the daily time frame, and you can see there is really no change at the moment about how this structure is playing out. On the smaller time frame, we'll take a look at the latest adjustments and developments and see if we can identify any clues what the market might want to do today. We'll take a look at the relevant support and resistance levels, but here on the daily chart, everything is nice and easy. And it's very much possible that over the coming days, the price is developing in this ABC structure here and could form this wave 4 with support between $115,100 and $119,270, as long as the market can avoid a decisive break below $115,113 to be exact. Even though the exact dollar value isn't so important because this move up is likely a diagonal structure. But as long as we are, not breaking decisively below it, and as long as pullbacks can remain corrective in nature, which means three-wave movements, the focus can still be on higher prices. So for now, the structure is unchanged. We started, obviously, a small pullback, but the bulls don't want to give up. Yeah, the pullback seems less sharp and less decisive than what we had here in August, mid-August. You see, we had a huge bearish engulfing candle and then not really any move or bounce to the upside until the price dropped already, or had dropped already, 10%. In this case, in October, Bitcoin so far has dropped only like 5.5%. Yeah, not even 5.5%. And we already have quite a bit of, resistance, you could say, by the bulls. So bulls are trying to keep up. They fight the bears here. It's not easy for the bears. I can tell you that this is the case because we haven't seen any clear downside impulse so far, only really on the smallest time frame. So it means the bulls are still there, which is good, essentially. The price is doing at the moment exactly what a wave 4 should do, which is pull back in a corrective fashion in overlapping ugly movements, and support is still holding. So could it be that we break out directly to new highs? It's possible. We are still above support. I would call that an extension of the wave 3 should it happen. Based on what I see in the chart right now, I have no reason to believe that this is playing out, but it's worth to keep an open mind. In the end, we're dealing with crypto, but it might very well be that we're going to be stuck in this correction for a few more days here. So let's take a look at the shorter time frame. And you can see that after the price topped here in a larger degree third wave on Monday, the 6th of October, we started a pullback. And this pullback is so far a clear, I think we can agree on that. It's a very clear three-wave move. And it seems like we had three waves down here, which I've labeled as wave W, into the low of the 7th of October, where the price bottomed around $120,760. Then another three-wave move up. At the time, we had a resistance area here on the chart. Price got rejected there and started a five-wave decline. That's the only impulse I really have here. Okay, and maybe this. But this impulse that started on Wednesday and this impulse that started on Thursday to the downside, these two, they form a clear three-wave move down. So in the end, I haven't got any large five-wave decline that would threaten any critical support levels. So at the moment, I think it looks best as a WXY structure, and then the Y wave, WXY here in wave A, and then the B wave is now unfolding. And this B wave should also ideally unfold as an ABC structure. Please note that I'm not doing this to be predictive about what the price is doing in a correction. We identify tendencies, but it's always impossible to say how exactly a correction is going to unfold in advance. What really matters here is that the bulls, first of all, it's important that the thesis is this is a corrective pullback. So we're not seeing this at the moment as the start of a new main trend to the downside, okay? But obviously that doesn't mean it couldn't go down further. It could, but Ideally, we hold above $115,100 to keep the broader thesis, which is still bullish, intact. So the thesis would be we have 3 waves down in A, we could be working on 3 waves up in B, and then could be working on a C wave to the downside next. Okay, so maybe we get a bounce today, further bounce. We already started bounce overnight, or late yesterday actually, but need a break above $121,800 to confirm this further. And then the C wave to the upside could play out. $123,751 is the 61.8 retracement. That's where we have also these previous swing highs, so I would watch this area here, possibly also the 124,837 level as resistance. Now, to unlock prices in that red resistance area, the price would ideally need to overcome 121,800. You see here, this is a level that provides resistance. And yeah, that's basically how we see Bitcoin at the moment, which means it looks like, and this smaller time frame kind of confirms what we can already see on the larger time frame. It confirms here that the price could be stuck in this correction for a little while. Expect microstructures to shift. That's normal in a wave 4. There are really a lot of different combinations. You can't predict this in advance, but it makes sense to track ABC structures as long as pullbacks remain corrective. And then, yeah, please remember B waves are chameleon-like structures. They can turn into various forms, but the ABC pattern is the most common one. And then, yeah, please note that 115,100 to 119,230 is our support area here to watch for. And the blue zone might need to be adjusted once we have a top in Circle Wave B, so I'm going to remove that for now. That's the target area for Circle Wave C. That's the update on Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in additional updates, feel free to follow us as well on X for additional charts, news, updates, and yeah, many other updates, mindset related tips. So check it out. You can find the link in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.